One, Lithia Park. Is it for sale? This is an interesting topic because it became kind of the poster child of 2 years of charter amendment work. The committee gets together, they take the entire city charter and they go through it, and it really came down to one sentence that they removed that has become the real source of contention of those who don't want these charter amendment changes. And to summarize, they took out a line that basically removes a strict prohibition, you cannot sell Lithia Park, said that we don't need it, and that has led to now a lot of problems because, as our story found out, it doesn't exclude the possibility of a sale. So I don't know who would want to sell Lithia Park, but for take the language out, I guess that's the topic. I mean, one sentence.
It seems like a simple solution. Law doesn't, and whether or not the state law covers it is an irrelevant point anyway. But the state law doesn't protect Ashland. The point is, if this one sentence is causing such a brouhaha, why not put it back in? That's where it's an easy solution. Put it back in, everybody's happy. But for some reason, no one wants to put it back in that took it out. Why not?
I heard it was the 4 widows.
that belittles our
Here we go.
Constitution
Yeah.
again.
See, he's undermining the argument. But
you got a lot of really smart, talented, with it guys who are pushing to take this language out. People who I don't question their judgment or their whatever. They're good folks.
You don't question their judgment.
But why take it out? Why?
That's what I don't get.
I'm lost. I'm lost. Because the question would be, unless there's a specific reason to remove it.
That's what I'm getting. I'm looking at the character of the people who are saying we should take it out. I'm like, I usually trust what these folks are saying, but this one is. I'm with him.
Well, the explanation of John Enver's, former editor of the Tidings, chairman of this committee, was that it's simply a redundancy.
Yeah.
Their best idea was that it's not needed.
Here are the words. Reserves forever, dedicates the park to the people of the city, never to be sold, leased, or encumbered.
That's what they took out.
That's what they took out. Why?
They say it's unnecessary.
Everybody gets ticked off about it. Now it's necessary. Put the words back in.
Well, and literally much is enough to kill this whole thing.
Right.
It really is. It's enough to have everybody against the charter amendment, exactly for the reasons Mike was saying.
Exactly.
You know, why do it? Why is this important enough to ruin it? And in a 2-year process, why couldn't somebody come forward and say, you know what, guys, do we really want to open this can of worms? I mean, this is going to raise up.
It's really fascinating that the guy who spearheaded Stop the Change, that Art Bullock, who's we got to talk about that. He's.
What do you want?
I might as well say it. Well, just the fact that he's behind an opinion like this makes a lot of people turn it off. They're like, it's Art Bullock. He's the obstructionist. He's kooky. He's whatever. But
he's standing up for up for all of us.
But on one of these things, I mean, you might not agree with him, but he's usually has some kind of basis in fact. And on this one, he seems to be pretty close to right. Of course.
Well, that's been the big point of discussion. Does this? I mean, John Ender's thing was that the state law protects it. Apparently, it seems like it really doesn't.
On the face of it, looking at the state law, it's completely that's the untruth. Appears to be the opposite.
So we're putting faith in whether or not John Enders is a legal expert or knows what he's talking about in regards to the state, but he does. Even if the state, why take it out of the city charter and rely on something in the state to protect us?
Like he read right there, it's a strict prohibition. The only way that you could change that, if a developer suddenly came through tomorrow and said, I've got this great plan, I'm going to funnel $15 million in the city by putting houses around the ring of Lithia Park, you've never noticed they're there, and here's how now they would have to go to the